Happy Friday, everyone. From worse drivers to no faith on the Bengals pulling off a draft day miracle, the hotline had a number of calls. But first up, Second Amendment sanctuaries continue to lead the charge. With more Second Amendment sanctuary cities and counties popping up in the tri-state, the calls for support flow in.
I think it's a great idea. This red flag law is opening up a can of worms. It's going to be unbelievable.
Glad to see Claremont County declaring a Second Amendment right for everybody that lives there. It's that time for the rest of the state and all the counties and the rest of the state to do the same thing. Give the rights back to the people. Quit letting the government try to run our lives. We are the government, not them.
One caller sees the sanctuary status as a misfire.
I do believe you have the right to bear arms, but I believe there should be stricter gun laws. I do hope that governor changes the laws.
Ohio is among the worst states to drive in, receiving a D-. According to QuoteWizard.com, Ohio is ranked the 8th worst driving state.
I totally agree with that. I have seen too many people go through too many red lights and not stop for a stop sign. We're just getting too ridiculous in that matter.
Every day it's getting worse and worse. These people think that they own the road and get out of my way or I'll kill you.
Dude, I drive everywhere, and listen, the people here are halfway sane as far as driving is concerned.
Burrow hoping to put an exclamation mark to a Heisman Trophy winning season. Every special throw making Bengals fans more excited than getting a rose from The Bachelor.
This is Richard from Loveland. If I was Channel 9, I wouldn't jump up and down and click the heels together yet because there's no guarantee that Mike Brown's going to draft him in the draft, because Brown always wants to start from the bottom up, build defense and offense and all that. Brown might just decide to stay with Andy Dalton and give him a long-term contract. And if they don't draft Joe Burrow, there's going to be an uprising down here.
It's a guarantee that Mike Brown will not give Joe Burrow a large contract. He wants to stay with the New Orleans Saints in Louisiana. They will buy him from Mike Brown. Joe Burrow, stand your ground and go to the New Orleans Saints.
Joyce from Williamsburg. There's a rumor that if Donald Trump is impeached, that the Speaker of the House moves up to the vice presidency. Could you please either deny or confirm this rumor? Because if that's the case, you can see why Nancy Pelosi is pressing this so hard.
Well, Joyce, thank you so much for the call. While the Speaker of the House is third in succession to the president, well, it's a different story if President Trump is actually removed from office. If that were to occur, Vice President Pence would assume the role as president and would have the option to then nominate someone to fill the vice president's role. The new president could also choose just to leave the office of VP vacant, which happened when Lyndon B. Johnson took over the office following the assassination of President Kennedy. Thank you again for all the calls this week. If you ever have an opinion on a story, call the hotline at 513-852-4998.